Welcome. In this video, we go into our third journey into our Warhammer quest into the Cursed City. So for this scenario, we're going into a Deliverance journey with the hopes of shrinking fear by 2, still going to grow influence. So our goal is we need to at least have 8 Warren actions completed. So talking about that, when an exploration card is drawn with that symbol on it, there are citizens nearby that need to be warned of the approach of the suffocating gravetide. Here on the board tile, whose exploration card is face up and has that symbol can make that action if there are no hostiles on that board. If they do, turn the exploration card face down and advance the quest token a space. So this is the thing that's coming through. So when we get to that spot on our tracker, the suffocating horde is coming after us. Basically, it's going to be a step behind us. It's going to jump in on this target when it reaches that spot on the board, and then every other quest phase, it's basically going to kill every other token on the map tile it's on. If we're on it, we're going to get pushed to the next map tile and take 2 damage. So in this scenario, we are getting random locations. They're going to come in and let us know how many enemies are coming on the board, give us potential doorways. So we'll connect one to our spot here. Then the doorway furthest away will be the next closed door that we have to go through and find. So this one's going to get 2 enemy cards showing where we get mysterious objects, and we're going to have the ability to do the warn action. So we'll go ahead and shuffle those. We will start the game with 2 of these revealed. And right now we have 7 fear and 6 influence. So after this, we'll drop this down by 2 and raise that up by 1. For our characters this time, bringing in the Exile. So it's got an Elven Blade. We can see what it's doing there in the Winter's Call. Unique abilities. It gets 3 Oaken Arrow tokens. So we've got those set up. And we're going to make the Exile our leader. Discard one of the counters and make a free Winter's Call weapon action. Damage suffered from that weapon action cannot be reduced or ignored. Hunter's Greats. Each time an Elven Blade weapon action made by this hero slays a hostile, place an activation dice with a score of 1 on an empty activation dice space on this hero's character card. And Path to Glory is run them to the ground. Each time an Elven Blade weapon action made by this hero slays a hostile that suffered from the Winter's Call weapon action in the same activation, gains an inspiration point there. Really good in agility, not so much in defense and vitality, but great movement, and we're going to need movement for this one. So Brutog is coming in with his Potion of Coagulated Vitality. And we've seen his abilities before, and he's also got his weapon empowerment, so his weapon actions cannot be ignored. And because of our previous battle, everyone is starting with 1 inspiration. Cleona is new, so Thrice Blessed Mace and Heaven's Bolt Stilettos. If the target suffers damage from that weapon action, it's also stunned. Unique abilities, Invigorating Touch on a 3-up. Can only be made once per turn. Pick this hero or an adjacent hero, move an ailment from that hero. Staff of Celestial Devastation on a 6-up. This action can only be made once per turn. Pick 1 hostile visible to this hero, roll the red die. The roll is successful, that hostile or any other hostile in the same space suffers 2 damage. Then roll the d8 for each hostile or hero in an adjacent space of that hostile. If the roll is successful, that hostile or hero suffers a damage. Path to Glory, Portents of Doom. At the start of the initiative step, this hero's player can choose to discard 1 or more of his hero's activation dice and have the same score as any discarded destiny dice. For each dice discarded, gains inspiration. And we're bringing back Jelson. So he took a break off, but now he's back, and he's got his Featherlight weapon. So 1 reaction dice each turn is a 6. So we already shuffled our stack here. So our first map we're getting is going to have citizens on it and 1 enemy group. And I'll just have it pop in like so. And my table is warped, not the tiles. So we can have the exit up here or over there. We'll put it right there. Enemies are going to go around that. So we'll shuffle our encounter cards. And our first group are still level 0. We get 2 Deadwalker zombies. Which we'll place right there. And then our next map tile, no citizens to save, but 1 enemy. And when they don't have a spawn point, they're going to spawn around the farthest door from us. And that door will open up. That door is closed. And we're going to see 3 Olfen Watch show up there. Right at the end of the door. Then for setting up our discovery, we need to take these 2 of the level 1s, 3 of the level 2s, and 2 of the level 3s of Realmstone out of the stack. So those only go in when we do the scavenge missions. And that's our setup. So journey phase, move the tracker space, go into destiny. All right, we got 2 3s, then a 1, 5, and 6 are keepers. Initiative, roll our dice for each of our characters. So we've got 1 1 and a 3, and I can't see the other one yet. Another 1, not a great roll at all. Then 3, 4, 6, 6. He's ready to do some smashing. 2, 3, 4, 6. And 3 1s and a 5. Well, hope I'm done with all the 1s I'm rolling for this game now. So we'll shuffle these cards up, see our initiative order. All right, and I am good with that. So starting with our exile, spin the movement, move 2, then ranged attack on one of our zombies back here. We get 2 d8s. That's going to do 1 damage. They have 3 health. Spin another one, attack the same one. Doing 0 damage. Attack the same one again. Doing 0 damage. All right. See if Jelson can do any better. Where he's at, he can go ahead and pop a shot off with his judgment, spinning a 5. All right, that's going to be a crit. Doing 4 damage. And basically we were aiming at the same one just to get a kill. Then a movement of 3. 1, 2, 3. Attack the other one with his Ardent Blade. Switching to the red die. That does 2 damage and take another swing. And that will take it out. Ending his turn, so he's got 6 damage there. See if he's inspired, and he is. Then we have Brutog, who's going to take a run action. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's going to do a warning action. Since we don't have any enemies on that tile. Then he's going to move some more. Do his tenderizing blow ability. So he gets to use his red die. Basically lets him do his Marrow Masher attack with a reroll. These guys have 2 health each. That did 4 damage. So one of them is gone. Then he's going to use a Destiny die for his Gut Gouger, which is 2d8. And that does 1 damage. And he'll do another Marrow Masher attack on the same one. And do nothing. So one of those guys has 1 damage on him. So he killed that with 2, which means his ability is we double that for his roll. So 4 or less, he's inspired. He's not inspired. Then they are going to attack him. So their dice is 2 of the D6s. First, we'll see their behavior is on a 10. Makes a move action, then makes a charge action. Doesn't matter. They're already based with an enemy. So first attack is a miss. Second attack is a hit. His defense is a D8. And he didn't block it, so he takes 1 damage. Now it's flipped over. Cleona, forgot about her ability. Past that, so this won't do it. She's going to run for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we'll have her move. 1, 2, 3, 4. That was high enough for a run, sorry. And then we're going to use our melee attack, Thrice Blessed, which is the red die. Attacking the hurt one and missing. Try again. And missing. Try again. And that does 1 damage. Which is enough to take out one of them. And see if that inspired her on a 2 or less. Nope. And then 1 goes to activate, but they're dead, so we don't do these. They're just out. So then for our event phase, 1. It's not good. That means we're not rolling any Destiny dice next turn. All right, so next turn, that goes there, which puts this on that tile. Then roll our activation dice. So the exile, 1, 3, 5, and 6. Brutog just getting 3. 4, 4, and a 5. And 3, 3, 5, 6. And 1 too many dice there. 1, 2, 3, 6. All right. I'm going to have the exile do a gambit. See if we can change the starting position here. Then run. 1, 2, 3, 4. Make a ranged attack. For 1 damage. Then make another ranged attack. For 0 damage. He's got his sights off on his bow. Then that's attacking. Basically, since he's down to a third, he's just making an attack and then leaving. So he'll attack Brutog. Goodness, hope he defends this. Nope. So he's going to lose another die. And go. So Marrow Masher. And Marrow Masher again. That's going to take him out. See if that inspired him. So that's a total of 4. He is. Then Jelson goes. So move of 3. 1, 2, 3. Move again. Do an explore. So the first exploration. Move these out of the way for now. Place that in the center. And put the door there. This thing doesn't matter, so I'm just going to move that forward. And our next enemy is going to be 3 corpse rats. Make a discard pile up there. That spot really doesn't matter anymore. And then our next map. Move this over. Well, that's going to work fine there. And that's our next closed door. Yep. And he's just going to keep that as a reaction. And because of that, it's going to look like a 6. Oh, we do need an enemy for that. So the Gravekeeper pops up at that door. Basically how that works is they come in at the end of the lineup. So I'm done with his turn. So do we want our weakest character up there for an onslaught? Movement. She's going to use her Staff of Celestial Devastation with the 6. Targeting the rat in the center back. Rolling the red die. Getting a success, which is throw a successful the hostile and any other hostile in the same space suffers 2 damage. Then the ones adjacent to it, if success on these, suffers 1 damage. So the one up top and the one at the bottom, nothing. Then going to use the stilettos on the one in the top. That gets the red die. And that's going to do 1 damage and stun it. And then retreating. So the corpse rats. See what they're going to do. 5, remove all wound counters from all acting hostiles, then each hostile makes an advance action. So that one just moves up. 1, 2, 3. So he's the only one that's going to be able to attack. Gets 1d6 and misses. And then the Gravekeeper. See what he's going to do. 12. If there are no heroes adjacent to this hostile, treat this result as Call the Gravekeeper result. This hostile and all Deadwalker zombies on the battlefield makes an advance action. And move of 3. So 1, 2, 3. Oh, did forget the reaction. I did want to do that with Jelson. Spin that on his Ardent Blade. And he was doing that on the second one that moved. Actually, I guess he couldn't. He did that on the first one then. So that did 3 damage to kill this one, which means that one would have been able to get into attacking. And that hit. And his defense, yes, the D8. He would have been fine. So that's everyone. Event phase. 9. We can pick a hero to do the recuperate action. All right, Brutog. Come on, double. Or nothing. So next turn, we move this. That guy eats this spot. We get some Destiny dice. Bunch of 3s. 2 and a 4. And our activation dice. The Exile. And Brutog. Only getting 2, a 1 and a 2. Cleona. 2, 3, 4, 5. Or 2, 3, 4, 6. And Jelson. 3, 6, 1, and 2. And we get our initiative set up. All right, most of us are going first. Should have done this on my last turn. Brutog's going to use his potion here. We're going to roll our red die for each wound or grievous wound counter on our card. On a successful roll, remove that wound or grievous wound counter from this character's card. Discarding that. So, grievous wound first. Going. Other wound. Still here. All right, we're going to move. Gut Gouger attack. Swinging at the rats. And that's going to do 1 damage. Then we'll use that for his Marrow Masher. And miss. And he's going to use that to try to heal. Or wait. Yep. Try to heal. And miss. We're going to re-roll. There we go. Then the Exile. Going to shoot at a rat. Hopefully we're pointing her in the right direction. She can get some hits. All right, that does 3 damage. Rat gone. Then I'm going to run. 1, 2, 3, 4. Shoot at the rats. That does 1 damage, and then shoot at the rats again. So 2 out of 4 on that one. And see if that inspired her at all. It didn't. All right, Cleona is next. We're going to move 1, 2, 3. Use our stilettos at the Gravekeeper. So we need a 4 up. And miss. Try the stilettos again. It's going to do 1 damage and stun. And just set that for a reaction. All right, group 1. Ready to flee, so no one there to attack, and runs off. Then group 2 stands up. And then Jelson, move of 3. 1, 2, 3. Cast Judgment on the Gravekeeper, so that's 2d8s. It's going to be 4 damage. Plus his stakes. 6. He's got 9 wounds on him. Then move up. And attack with the Ardent Blade. For nothing. So then the event phase. And 11, leader picks a hero. That hero gains an inspiration point. It's going to be Jelson. That's going to be enough for him to flip over. So gets a little bit better. Make a free weapon action with this hero. If that weapon action slays a hostile champion, this hero can immediately make a free weapon action. All right, next turn, Daytime Tracks. This thing catches up with one of our characters. We'll get some Destiny. See, we're losing 4s and 6s. All right, so our characters, 1, 2, 3, 4. Brutog, 4, 4, 2, and a 5. And Cleona, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 4, 5, 6, 6. All right, so don't have a 1. We at least get to go first. Excellent. So our leader is going to shoot at the Gravekeeper. For 3. And that will take him out. Then we'll run for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 1, 2, 3. Do I want that door open yet? I think I do. All right, let's see how we can mess the map up now. Exploration, no citizens. Let's make some room. Set it up that way. Spawn point down here. So the doors is going to be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 1, 2. So definitely going that way. Making a mess. All right, our next spot. There we got some citizens. Not many options on how that one gets set up. But most importantly, we're on screen. All right, that goes there. That one goes there. We're going to bring in a level 1, which is going to be 3 Elfin Watch. And encounter 3 is going to be 3 Deadwalker zombies. All right, she is done. She took this guy out. So inspiration of a 9 or less. She was inspired by that. Went up to 2. Move that out of the way. All right, next up is Jelson. So running. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4. Melee attack the guy in the front. Does 4 damage. That's enough to take him out. And make another attack. That does 2 damage, which is enough to take these guys out. You just have a health of 2. And he'll take a shot on the other one with his judgment. And that does 4 damage. Then he'll take a movement and set up for a reaction. Goes down to a 5, but it counts as a 6. Got 6 health there. See if he was inspired. Nope. All right, Brutog is going to run like crazy. One, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. One, 2, 3, 4. And then attack using the gut gouger. And that does 1 damage. Then Cleona is going to use a 6 to make a signal up there. So we'll get her second objective. Then off to the races. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we might as well search here and go on a crisis. All right, what's this going to do to us? Got a 6, so that means we're going to page 30 to number 24. All right, local fiend. The heroes see a geist that has been haunting this area. Perhaps this is an opportunity to put it down for good. The acting hero must choose if they wish to hunt the specter or leave well enough alone. If choose to hunt the specter, turn to 106. You know what? Sounds like a great job for him. We're going hunting a specter. So to choose to hunt them down, entry 81 on page 36. All right, entry 106 on page 38. The hero enters a bloodstained crypt. Before long, the shrieking geist emerges from its lair and attacks. Makes one free weapon action as if the target was adjacent and visible. Reroll failed attacks if the hero is an executioner, which we are. So if it's adjacent, we're rolling our 2d8s. And I'm good with crit success. Place wound counters in front of the active player to record total damage dealt. If the target has suffered a total of 3 or more damage, the Geist is slain. Well, if he just took 4. So the Geist is slain. Let's see. The Geist is slain. The acting hero gains 2 inspiration points, and the crisis ends. And we'll pop back in a bit. So done. So group 1 activates. We don't have one. I'm sorry, that's group 2. That's a Gravekeeper. Group 1 we don't have. And we do have some zombies though. And they are going to advance. 1, 2. All right, 3 attacks going on him. They all get the D8. First attack. Ouch. He gets the big. Now his defense is a D8 also. He took 2 damage. Second attack. Goodness, our defense. Third attack. Our defense. All right, we're good on that one. So our events for the turn. House of group with the model furthest from any hero makes a move action. They're already adjacent to something. So next phase, move that up. Destiny. Move these over this direction. Oh yes, the quest step. Takes this off the board. Destiny. Got some 6s. Lose the 2s. We get a 4. And for our peeps, our exile, bunch of 5s and a 2. And Brutog, not feeling the best. 3 and a 4. Cleona. 4, 4, 5, and 3. And Jelson. 1, 2, 6, 6. She's going to spend 2 4s to level up twice. I'm going to take her to 3rd level. So it gets a little bit better. Heavenly Alignment. Use before the initiative step, pick this hero or one visible hero, discard one of his activation dice, add 2 the scores of each of that hero's activation dice. And our initiatives. So Cleena is going. She is going to looking at again, finding a trap. Let's see, defense or agility roll or take a damage. Both are the D6. She takes a damage. Then she's going to try to heal that damage. And fail. All right, next up we have Jelson. He can pop in adjacent to any of our heroes. He'll pop in over here. Ardent Blade on the injured one. It's going to do 2 damage. He's got 3 health. Then Ardent Blade again. That does 4 damage. Then Judgment. Does 2 damage. See if the stakes finishes it off. It doesn't. Then we're going to move 1, 2. And Ardent Blade. And miss. We're going to spin an inspiration to re-roll one of those. That will finish it off. It's got 9 damage there. See if that inspired him. It didn't. Then we have our leader going. Let's see. Yep. That spot didn't have any to save. Neither does this spot. So move 1, 2, 3. Search. Hey, we found something. Move again. 1, 2, 3, 4. And search that one. Found a treasure, Screaming Cask. It's used, pick one hostile that is adjacent to and visible to this hero, suffers 2 damage, then discard this. And then our big guy is going to try to heal himself. Vitality. That gets rid of one of those. Try to heal him again. And nothing. Our event for the turn. We can give someone a free recuperate action. Oh, we know where that's headed. Nothing. Trying to help him out. So next turn, everything there is eaten up. Twist our map around. That was set like that. All right. So Destiny. One, 3, and 4 is good. 6s are not. Then the Exile, bunch of 3s and a 6. Brutog, 2, 3, 4. Cleona, 1, 1, 5. And 1, 3, 3, and 6. Initiative. Well, we've got him blocking the door. That probably wasn't the best move on our part. So we're going to spend a 6 to take care of that. And we're done. Then Cleona is going to attempt to heal. Try again. Oh, goodness. Try harder. I will spend a 1 over here. And then run for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And he's going to use a 4 to open up that door. So exploration. All right, got a little bit of room to move. Doors don't matter anymore, so we're not going back to those spots. So that's going to pop up there and in there. No citizens. We're not getting lucky with that at all. Our next encounters, got a night guard. Popping up over here at least. Can't remember if I moved him or not. I think he did. Oh well, he moved an extra if I'm wrong. Then, hey, we've got citizens, but we're getting 2 monsters in this group. All right, we're going to head back up. So that will look like so. We'll try to and for this group, 2 Olfen Watch. And 2 zombies. All right, moving. 1, 2, 3. Hardened Blade. Which does 4. But with them, each time they take damage, the leader must roll the quest die. If the result is 10 plus, reduce the damage suffered by 1 or by 2 to a minimum of 1 damage. So we're good with that. Then attacking again for a potential 4. So that's 8. Attack again. For 2 potential damage. Yep, that's going to take him out. And we're good with his turn. See if that inspired him at all. It did. That goes there. That group is done, so that doesn't matter. Then we have Brutal going. He's going to try healing. Get rid of that. Then run for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then run for 4. 1, 2, 3. Can't get far enough. In that case, just run for 4 to that spot. All right, Olfen Watch activate. See what they do. Charging. They're going to move twice. So 1, 2, 3, and then 1. Each one of them attacking. Missing for the first guy. Second guy misses also. Then our zombies. They've got a 9. They charge also. 1, 2, 1, 2. Rolling a D8 each. Miss. And miss. End of turn event. No destiny dice next round. Next turn, we advance this. We advance him. We roll for heroes. 2, 2, 4, 6. Brutog. 2, 2, 3, 5. Cleona. 2, 4, 5, 6. And Jelson. 1, 2, 2, 6. And shuffling these up. All right, Cleona is going to go first. Movement of 4, or yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sure. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then she's going to do her Staff of Devastation. Hopefully he doesn't take damage, but we'll see. She's going to target the 2 Elfin Watch. Actually, she's going to target the 2 zombies. So rolling. Missed. All right, so nothing happens. Okay, stilettos. Going at one of the Elfin Watch. That's going to do 2 damage. And keep that as a reaction. See if that inspired her at all. It didn't, almost. Then Jelson is going to go. Going to go with his judgment on the watch. And that does 2 damage, which is enough to take him out. Then he's going to move. 1, 2. And attack with his blade. Do nothing. And attack with his blade. And do 2 damage to one of those. See if he was inspired for that little work. He wasn't. And we've got Brutog going next. Marrow Masher attack on the non-injured one. That will kill it. And Gut Gouger on the other one, which does 1, and that will kill that. Then run for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And get next to the door. See if that inspired him at all. So that was 6. That's 12 for him. Yes, that's auto-inspired. Then our leader just needs to run. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Just get behind there. And done with those. Event. Someone gets to gain some inspiration. We're going to give that to Brutog. Flipping him over. So after wound or grievous wound is removed from him during their activation, place an activation die with a score of 1 on this space. Next turn, getting really close to dark. That tile gets eaten up. We get Destiny, and we're only 3 out of 8 there. 1, 2, 3. All right, 5s are spent. Activations. 5, 6, 6, 1. Brutog. 2, 2, 5, 6. Leona, 1, 2, 3, and a 1. And Jelson, 2, 4, 5, 6. All right, so our initiatives. Give this a quick shuffle. All right, so that's starting with him. He's fine with opening up a door. And I'll get these out of the way. And another one that doesn't have citizens in it. All right, so we'll place that there. And they're all equidistant. Oops, sorry, dude. So we're going to go that direction. We get to 1 monster and 2 Ulfenwatch. And come in guarding the door. And yay, citizens. 1 monster group. We're going to run around in circles. Let's see, we can attach that there. Means the door out is there. And that pops in at that location. And our next round of monsters is going to be 3 bat swarms. Oops, they're flying in. There's the big one. So the big one does have an extra health in there, and of course, when they were to get hit, we'll roll a die, 10 up, reduce damage suffered by 2 to a minimum of 1. All right, Brutog. See, who else has a 6? He does, and she does. Yeah, so he's going to jump into the fight. So move of 3, 1, 2. Yeah, we'll move him there. And do a tenderizing blow on one of those. And that will kill it. Then a gut gouger on the other one. And that will kill it. Then Jelson is going to run. 1, 2, 3. Yell at people to save them. We're up to our 4th on that. Then run for 1, 2, 3. Move for 3. Shoot at the big bat. So that's going to be Judgment with that. Crit, that does 4 damage. See if he flew away. He didn't. Yeah, we'll stop there. Then Cleona, with her awesome rolls. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Actually, running with this one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep that as a reaction. And the exile, moving 3. Shooting at a bat. Using that. Let's get this out of the way. That's going to do 1 damage. And we'll shoot at the bat some more. That does 3 damage. Shoot at the other bat. Does 1 damage. Takes him out. And then moving in. 1, 2, 3. See if he was inspired from all that. Nope. I really don't need these out anymore. Got an event coming up. 6 is resolve a crisis. So rolling again. 10 in the daytime is page 31, number 28. Skull familiar. Batwing skull detaches itself from what it had been feeding on an unconscious citizen. Makes sense since we just killed a bunch of bats in there. We'll play shot, should take care of it. Or failing that, a quick sprint and a leaping swing. Resolving this crisis, skip steps 5, 6, 7, and 8. Instead, unpause the game and follow the instructions below. The acting hero makes 1 free weapon attack. Reroll failed if it's a ranged or dual type. And the acting hero is an executioner. If it's a melee attack and the acting hero is a blade. If the roll is successful, the familiar is destroyed and the crisis ends. If the roll is a failure, grow fear by 1 to a max of 7, and the crisis ends. I'm good with Jelson going on this. Well, except he doesn't go away. Actually, we're using our exile on this one. So using the Winter's Call. And that's going to kill it, so we are good. Nothing negative happens there. All right, so next turn. Getting so dark. He moves up a spot. Roll some Destiny. Using 5s and 3s. Then for our heroes, the Exile 2, 3, 4, 4. Brutog 5, 5, 6, 6. Cleona 1, 3, 1, 6. And Jelson 1, 2, 2, and a 5. No monsters. All right, so we're starting with the Exile. It's going to do a move and open the doors. Still no more citizens. Man, they shuffled them all to the bottom, apparently. Let's see if we put it like that. That there, and I guess we'll put that there. Move that over. And next is citizens. All right, we're going to move Jelson down. Yep, you can still see his dice. That's pretty much all we need to see right now. Then group 1 is going to be 3 bat swarms. And group 2 is the watch captain. All right. So he's going to make a Winter's Call attack with that. Shooting the small bat and missing. Then we're going to move out of the way. Let Cleona go. So running for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then for 3. 1, 2, 3. Then Staff of Devastation, targeting this spot with those 2. Which is going to do 3 damage to everything in there, which will kill the 1. Oh, wait. See if it flew away from that. Nope. See if that one flew away from it. Nope. Potential 2 damage on that one. And yes. Then stepping back. Then Jelson goes. Running for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Run for 4 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Attack the 1 bat it can reach. That was, see if she got any inspiration for that. Oh, she did. All right, then back to his attack. It's going to do 2 damage, which will kill it unless it flew away from it. And it did fly away from it. So try again. And try again. Goodness. All right. Let's bring in the ogre. Movement of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Movement of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wasting a 6 to move. And then Marrow Masher with a reroll. That will kill it. Oh yeah, he would have done a minimum 1. He would have killed it earlier. Oh well. That's our activation. So now with bats, he's down to 1/3 of a party, so can't attack anything, so flies away. But the watch captain will activate. So for him, see, deploy 1 slain Elfin Watch from hostile groups as reinforcements. Then watch captain and the Elfin Watch in this hostile group make an advance action. Now we don't have any slain Elfin Watch, so he's just going to advance. Got a move of 3. 1, 2, 3. So event phase means we're going to another crisis. And I hope she rolls the next 6 next turn, because I forgot to have someone else do that. So 5, we're going to page 30 for 23. And that is aid or ambush. A cry for help issuing from a dark alleyway catches a hero's attention. Alley shadows could hide in ambush or worse. Acting hero must choose if they wish to enter the alleyway to help or if they will move on. We'll have him go help. If you choose to help, turn to entry 90 on page 36. Let's see. A veritable sea of corpse wraps carpet the end of the alleyway where a skinny young man stands atop a barrel watching in terror as his temporary perch is slowly chewed through by the swarm. If they wish to save him, the hero must make their way to the luckless man by balancing on what detritus they can. Must choose, if they choose to continue helping, turn to 140. If you choose to give up, 85. We're going to entry 140 on 42. Balancing act required of the hero is no mean feat. Has 15 seconds to balance 6 action dice on top of one another in a single stack. They succeed, they gain 2 inspiration points. Wow. All right. All right, we did it. So we get 2 inspiration points and the crisis ends. We are at our max of 4. That was interesting. So next turn, that moves. That guy moves. Roll for destiny. Blues are 2s. And we're rolling dice. 1, 1, 2, and 3. One, 3, 6, 6. Yay, she got a 6. And Jelson, 3 1s and a 2. So shuffle here. So Cleanna goes. She's going to warn some people. 5 out of 8. She's going to look in here for another discovery. 8, page 30, number 26. Black Sand Quagmire. Voice cries out for help, and the hero discovers a man up to his waist in a sickening black quicksand, which is slowly dragging him down. If the acting hero is Dagny Holdenstock, he uses his harpoon gun. Otherwise, the acting hero must choose to rescue the man or leave him. If they choose to leave him, they lose all their inspiration points, and the crisis ends. If they choose to rescue him, for Stalwart, yep, we're sending in Brutog. And rolling a red die for successful. We are. We gain an inspiration and the crisis ends. Then run. 1, 1, 2, 3. And we've got a ranged attack with her stilettos, which is going to do 2 damage and stun him. Then Brutog comes in, adjacent to a hero. Then he's going to move. And tenderizing blow on that guy with a reroll if needed. Yep, we'll take the reroll. So that does 3 damage. Then Marrow Masher again. That does 5 damage. That was used. And move for 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. And see if that inspired him. 7 or less. It did. So next is Jelson. He'll pop in right here and search, finding a locket. This treasure card is used. Each hostile hero adjacent to this hero suffers a damage. And end his turn. And that's going to become a 6 for his special ability. And our leader is going to go running. There's 8 movement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And right there. And we're leaving Destiny Dice on the board. All right, end of turn. Got an event coming up. Someone is going to gain an inspiration point. Oh, we'll give that to the person that hasn't flipped yet. So those abilities are way better. Each time this hero makes a weapon action, if the score and activation dice spent to make that action was a 6, increase the damage values of the weapon by 1 + 1 for that attack. This cannot affect a free weapon actions. All right, next turn. It is now nighttime. And that eats that off. Roll our destiny. Losing a bunch of 5s. Keeping a 3 and a 4. We're 5 out of 8 on that. This one doesn't matter. And for the exile, 1, 2, 4, 5. Brutog. Bunch of 3s and a 5. Cleona. I need someone to get a 6 here. There we go. Initiative order. So Brutog is first. Going to move in front of the door, open said door, and move some people back. Citizens, yay. More yay, this fits. Put the door there. I guess officially, in case some reinforcements came out. And that will bring in 3 corpse rats. Got the blood rat right in front of us. And then more citizens. We'll move him down. Let's see if I set it that way. And that thing doesn't matter anymore, so it pops up there. And our next group is a Bloodborne. All right, how much nastier are the corpse rats on this side? Mover 3, wound to 3, Melee, here it suffers damage from a bite, is diseased. 3 or fewer corpse traps, cannot include more than 1 blood rat. Add a wound to the 1 there. And that guy's move a 6, 6 wounds, 3/4 damage. Oh, goodness, piercing blade. Picking a target for weapon action with this hostile. Leader must pick a hero that has 1 or more wound or grievous wound counters on their character card over 1 that does not. Each time it suffers damage, the leader must roll the quest dice. If 9 or higher, the model ignores the damage unless we hit with Brutog, because he ignores the ignoring. All right, so back to our fighting. Spend a 3 for a Marrow Masher. That does 5 damage. Then he's going to move in. Attack there with the Marrow Masher. And that's a miss. He's going to spend some inspiration to re-roll that die. And that does 2 damage. And he'll spend that to attack the same one. And spend an inspiration for a re-roll. And kill it. And see if that inspired him at all. It did. So next up is our leader. So movement of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Shooting at the rat. That does 3 damage, which is enough to take that out. Then move 2, 3, and shoot. 2 damage. See if it ignores. It doesn't. All right, next up, we have Cleona, who's doing a move of 3. 1, 2. You know what? Before she does that, yeah, she can't look. 1, 2, 3. Then 3 more. 1, 2, 3. 3 more. 1, 2, 3. And hide behind the door. All right, Jarek. Movement of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Movement of 3. 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, we'll go ahead and base. Actually, before he moved, spend the 6 for that. So last action is attacking this blade. That does 4 damage, maybe. It does. So 6 is just enough to defeat. And see if that inspired him at all. It did. Except he can't have more than 4. So event phase. Hostile groups moves. There are none, so nothing bad happens. It's still nighttime, so nothing else over there. Destiny. We lose the 6s. Keep the 1, 3, and 5. And for our characters, got the Exile. 3, 5, 6, 6. And Brutog. 1, 3, 5, 5. Oh yes, that thing ate another spot. Cleona. 1, 5, 6, 6. And Jelson, 1, 2, 3, 5. Those don't matter. Get our initiatives going. So Cleona spins a 6. We're up to 7. Then moves. Whoops. 1, 2, 3. Spins a 6. All right, we can call to get out of here now. And just holds on to the 5. Then Brutog running. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then moving. 1, 2. Extraction point. And in the turn. And then over here, he's going to explore, finding some liquid courage. So it's either that or keeping the locket. Pick this. Then here he gains an inspiration and becomes stunned. We're going to keep the locket. And then 1, 2, 3, and done. And she gets to go. She's going to move. 1, 2, 3. Found a realm stone. Actually, wrong character. That was here. Then run for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 1, 2, 3. Event phase. If we had any enemies on the board, they would move. Next turn, we've got some destinies. And rolling. Oh yes, this thing ate another spot and moved up. 1, 1, 3, 5. One, 1, 3, 4. And 3, 4, 4, 5. Activations. He's fine. They're fine. Everyone's fine. It moves in. 1, 2, 3. And then he moves in. And in phase, we finished. All right, well, that took a while. We had all the ones that let us move that tracker at the bottom of the stack. So determined success, we were successful. Resolve an extraction event, it's nighttime, so we're just going to add 1 since we were successful to this. So we got up to a 5. The Adamant rescues a number of desperate townsfolk. Unfortunately, several of them have ashen skin and bleeding eyes of the afflicted by the dreaded carrion flux. During the next journeys the heroes undertake, before making their first activation roll, each hero becomes diseased. If you're pausing the quest, all right, so we just became diseased. Not cool. Survival doesn't matter because no one died. Remove counters and tokens. Consequences. So our consequences is our fears drop by 2, so that goes down to 5. And our influence goes from 6 to 7. We ended up with a total of 2 realm stone. And we're going to spend that 2 to get another Featherlight weapon and hand that off to Cleona. So 1 reaction dice each turn is going to be a 6 for her. And we'll move all this stuff up, because everyone is now going to level up. So with that, he becomes level 1. He will gain that one. And each of these gets a novice token. So now any heroes that go with someone that's a higher level than them, they will have 2 level up or experience. So next time she goes, if she goes with him, she'll gain the gold and then go to first level. He also gets a trait at level 1. Indomitable. Before this hero would make an activation roll, they can remove 1 wound counter from their character card or turn a grievous wound counter over to a wound counter. So that's his level 1 trait he'll be getting now. So there is some bad news about leveling up. So once a hero reaches the prerequisite level of 1 or more of the decapitation journeys listed below, they can no longer gain experience until they have been successful at those journeys. So now that he's level 1, he will not gain experience until we have taken out the Fell Guardian. Upon reaching level 1, when 4 more heroes have reached level 1, the Fell Guardian decapitation journey can now be picked. Turn to page 44 for this journey. So we're going to have to do 1 more mission, but anyone we put with him, since no one else is level 1, whoever we add with him is definitely going to make it up to level 1 with him. So with that, as always, hope you enjoyed this playthrough. So please click on the like button below and be sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching.